Bonnie Eagle Middle School. Mr. Harris, principal here.
Mr. Royster, assistant principal. We're going to get right into it. By the way, we might look like a couple of professionals, but this is take two. I had a green shirt with a green screen. You can't do that. Hey, first update is regarding schedules. If you haven't heard by now, when our break is over on January 4th, our hybrid model is going to look a little bit different. Students will be in the building 5 days a week. Bonnie Eagle students and Scott students will alternate weeks of 3 days. So let me explain that. The very first week, Bonnie Eagle students will be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Our Scott's kids will be here Thursday and Friday. The next week, Bonnie Eagle students will have Monday and Tuesday, and the Scott's kids get 3 days. So they get the Wednesday, the Thursday, the Friday. Again, that'll continue throughout the rest of the year. It's an extra 2-3 days of in-person instruction per month, and we think that's going to go a long way. Also, in this hybrid model, we have a significant amount of students who are opting for remote. If you're considering going one way or the other with what's going on and with where your family's at and with what education looks like, we're going to set some very specific enrollment dates. You're going to get a letter that comes home that explains when can I opt into one program or the next, and when can I opt out. There's going to be a commitment, though, that you're in that particular option, whether it's remote or in person, for a significant amount of time so that you can get the most out of the education that's being offered and not just keep kind of back and forth and never really being fully into one or the other. Look for that letter coming out, within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
I want to give everybody a quick update on COVID-19 here at Bonnie Eagle Middle School, and really the way that we're going to communicate. Our communications plan is that when a student or a staff member or somebody who's been in our school tests positive and they've been in the building, we will email that information out to everybody to make you aware. If a student or a staff member or somebody associated with our school contracted or had COVID-19 transmission outside of school and they have not been back to the building since the contact tracers determined that it was transmitted, we will not be emailing you or sending out any type of message because it didn't affect the school. We are getting messages or I'm hearing from folks from other school districts that are getting 5, 6, 7 emails per day, sometimes since Thanksgiving particularly. And so they're getting really frustrated because it's almost like you're becoming blind to that communication. So we will communicate, we will email when we get notification of somebody who tests positive of COVID-19 and they have been in our building while they were positive. So we will do that. Speaking of COVID-19, I think it's important that we just kind of take a minute. It's December. We started this process in March of last year, planned on coming back to school in the fall. During those plans, we had worked hard to limit the number of students in the classroom, separating desks, separating students, because we were under the impression that we would be able to provide mask breaks during the school day. That if students were more than 6 feet apart with their masks on, or if they're more than 6 feet apart, they could take their masks off while in the same room. We were under the impression that if I was more than 3 feet away with my masks on, that the rest of the class wouldn't have to quarantine. The rules now are such that anybody who's been in the same room as a student at school has to quarantine. So, we have our small class sizes still. We have plenty of space, so we're not seeing any transmission. There has been no known transmission in school of COVID-19. So that's really awesome. So what we're doing is working. A couple of the cases that we hear about, students have been in school, they're potted, we're able to limit the number of students who have to quarantine, and we can move from there. So it is working, but the idea that we can't have so many students or whatever in the classroom, those rules have changed a little bit there. We're still keeping class sizes small, I just want to reiterate that, but certainly the rules have changed a little bit since summer. Mr. Oyster, I also want to talk a minute about just kind of that stage that we're in, right? Like when we started this process, I used to have a whole head of hair. Now you can tell from the glare on my head that I'm losing it left and right. I think that's because of the state affairs of being a school administrator in COVID times.
Sorry about that.
Thanks, Mr. Oyster. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas is a really low time for many people, professions, especially true in schools. So our school staff, it's what's called the disillusioned state of schools. And so we know that we appreciate everything our teachers are doing. It's hard to show that gratitude, especially this year. But if you, as a parent, as a family, as a child, take that minute and just say thank you to a teacher, do something nice for them, it is super appreciated right now. So please be nice to our school staff. Certainly appreciate it.
And hey, you know who else is very appreciated is everybody who donated to our Pluck a Feather, Feed a Friend campaign that we had. We were able to provide a full Thanksgiving dinner to 11 families this Thanksgiving. It was great to see that. We had a huge commitment from the community. Miss Craig was out during the sixth grade fundraiser wearing her turkey outfit. She put a lot of legwork into that. We really appreciate the work that the community's done as well to help us out while we're here.
So the school did 11, and the Bailey clan picked up 4 more families. So a total of 15 families. That's awesome, Bonnie Eagle. Great job. From the Flock of Feather Feed a Friend, Mr. Oyster, we went on to, we're working on the Giving Tree right now. Our student council has been busy. We received some great donations. So we originally adopted 13 families for the Giving Tree this year. A family gave us a sizable donation that is super appreciated. So we're going to go out and add 1 or 2 more families right now. And Miss Aiken is still working on making those contacts. So hopefully, if all goes well, we will be able to support another few families than we had originally planned. So thank you, Bonnie Eagle. Super appreciated. Just like our 6th grade fundraiser, the pie and cookie dough fundraiser sale, they sold twice as many items as they did the year before. That last year was our first year, this is our 2nd year. So that's super great because we hope that in the springtime, when we get COVID behind us, if all goes well, we'll be able to do some pretty great activities with our students here. So I think that wraps it up for our December version of our vlog. Trimester 2 is starting on Monday, December
7th.
7th.
Monday, December 7th.
Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th.
That's
so
right.
Don't forget Pearl Harbor, always remember. So a day that'll live in infamy.
It will. Hey, any questions, anything you got going on, any concerns, just pick up the phone, call the school. We'd love to talk to you about it.
So again, students will be coming back to school on Fridays in a hybrid model, or coming back to school 5 days a week in a hybrid model starting in January. So thank you and have a great day, Bonnie Eagle.